Here we are at the wine farmer's house. It's the end of August 2025 and we finally got a Bauentscheid, a building permission subject to certain conditions that we have to fulfill, but no one objected to the plans we handed in and the things we want to build. Let's walk through the house and the plot and take a last look before we really start how it is now, so we can compare before and after. At the corner of the plot there's currently one parking lot and we can still see the markers here. They will be removed shortly because all the projects are approved. This will be a carport hosting not just one car but 2 cars plus a few bikes. Before we go inside of the house, with this main entrance here, the facade will be remodeled. We plan to have the beams in light grey and the shutters will change color, but outside will remain mostly the same except for some fixes that we will need to do. And let's have a look here at this door on the side, which is going to be one of the coolest new rooms. The main room, which is at the moment a garden shed, but in the future it will be our family kitchen. Currently restoring a few things. There's going to be a window here, this side. There was a window once, one can see this from the other side. There are some beams that are rotten, they need replacing, or in particular this one beam right here that needs replacing. We will remove the boards of this in-between wall here, and then the roof will become visible. The roof needs complete changing because of the insulation. It's currently not insulated at all. Then we'll have some glass tiles in the roof for light. And here we will build a passage to this other part of this extension, and this will become the kitchen and breakfast rooms. Big fridge freezer, American style fridge freezer here in the corner. Passage to the main house, probably even without a door. Then electricity measurement, the main fuses of the house, they all need to be outside of the house together with the main electricity connector. For fire regulation purposes they need to be accessible, and let's see how we move them. This is the main house. This particular room is an entrance area eventually. It has paneling, currently stores a few things. Paneling needs to be restored, windows can stay. It needs a bit of piping going up and down here, needs new electricity. The floor is lovely, big boards without any thingies from the branches, so this needs restoring. And over here I removed the floor to see what's underneath, and turns out that there's a big hollow space underneath. We'll probably have to fill this with glass foam pebbles to create a bit of insulation, but other than this is one of the rooms that need a bit less work. This is the main entrance to the house. Currently there's a bit of water on the floor because actually this floor does not hold back the water at all. This is our temporary electrics, because the main part of the electrics that lives in this cupboard here is either broken or dangerous or just not functioning anymore. So I never know where there's electricity and where not. It's a bit temporary, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. This one is important though for winter. It's our temporary electricity connection, which goes here through this wall and down into through the bathroom into the cellar to the heat pump. So we do have heating, at least heat generation through the heat pump, and that needs electricity. Here the rendering has been removed due to its asbestos problem. and since we live on the other part, very important, needs to have good internet, lots of access points and fast connectivity. Despite the renovation, we're gonna have this. That's the main hallway. After removing the ceiling, the height is actually quite okay, except for the doors. Lovely old door here. Of course, we need to figure out how to restore it. I would like to create some more height, but apparently that's a difficult topic. From the main hallway, you can get to what's at the moment a very dark storage room, where we stored lots of tiles that we removed elsewhere. These tiles are ready for reuse in the utility room in the annex and the sink as well. The rest needs to come out, and this will be the wine cellar of the wine farmer's house. Oh, this used to be a bathroom. It's no longer a working bathroom. Things have been removed like asbestos and tiles, and this will be a passage. Here where the sink is, there's a passage into the breakfast room and the kitchen, and this side here will become a bathroom, a guest toilet with a little showers eventually. Back out and around the corner is where the utility room will be. This will be the utility room, and at the moment, well, ceiling not holding up, floor has been partially excavated to understand how this looks like, and found that actually the foundation of this annex is a single piece of stone. So there needs to be underpinning, there needs to be a concrete floor, needs to be dug down a little bit more. And also here this annex is of bad quality. The material that was used was pretty random and also quite broken in the meantime. So this needs massive refurbishment, massive replacing, and eventually we'll have here the new washroom, the washer, dryer, sink, etc., and proper height because of the digging down that's going to happen. And then to not be forced to go outside, there will be a door here connecting it with the main house. Through the hallway back in, and on this side is the future living room. A part of the sofa is already there. There's a desk. Summertime it can be used as an office, but in wintertime not, because there's no heating. And with these little electric heaters you get a hot head and cold feet, which is not very nice. Thankfully we can leave the windows. There's still some office equipment, some gym equipment. This is going to be a lovely living room with a little desk area besides it. And then one can see all the way through to what's going to be the kitchen. From the main hallway you can get into this room, which now has become a storage room for insulation. Until recently there was a 1960s kitchen in here. The room will be expanded, this whole wall will go, and there's going to be an internal staircase going up to the first floor, and from the first floor into the attic. It will look very, very differently, I hope. Up here on the first floor, old little 60s staircase that will stay. Currently a room that's been transformed to a storage room for doors that need refurbishing. We already refurbished the beams. It has a nice floor. It needs radiators to be warm. It's going to be one of the kids' rooms. We refurbished the door and stripped down some paint, and one can see the history included quite a few layers of painting over. At least one layer needs to go, but then we can repaint it and get this into a nice room rather soon, I hope. Out here will be the connection to the rest of the house. Currently the two parts of the house are not connected, and around here we will cut the passage, and the staircase will just be behind this wall, and then one can walk around the staircase and up to the attic. And in here we'll create a bathroom. I hope we can gain a bit of height by removing the ceiling at particular places. And equally here, same story here. There will be a little partition wall, a door, a shower, and then this lovely internal window that will be restored. And through it one can see what is currently the ceiling to the garden room. This roof will be completely replaced, will be properly insulated. Then the garden room will have a high ceiling with lots of light coming through glass tiles like this one, just a little bit bigger, and a few more of those. And the light will come into this little bathroom here. A toilet. The toilet was in the garden before the 20s. Then it got moved into this annex here. Let's have a quick look at the annex. It is locked for safety reasons, because I don't recommend anyone entering this room anymore. It might be possible to walk around if you strictly walk on the beams, but you can't see where the beams are, and all the rest of the wood is in very bad condition. So let's keep this locked. This is the annex. The story is basically before the 1920s. The toilet was in the garden. In the 1920s, this annex was built and hosted the toilet. And then in the 50s, the toilet was moved from the annex inside into this part. Let's go up to the attic. This is a protected staircase, but it's not big enough to be safe for everyone. So that's the motivation to build a proper staircase. We've removed a bit the paneling to understand the real roof, and actually the roof is looking really good. It has a layering that's something one doesn't do anymore at the moment, but still is good enough to keep as a layer between the tiles and the inside. It's a Pavatex. And we will have to add loads of insulation, which means there's going to be a wall here that creates a hollow space, and then cellulosis will be blown into that hollow space, and that creates this insulation of the roof, so we can live here. The floor will need to be equalized with some material that's put on top of these beams. And there's a layer with underfloor heating, so this will become a lovely bedroom with the height of the ceiling, except for some places where the beams remain. It will have a shower room in here. This will be a shower room integrated with bathroom, and of course, as one can see, we will refurbish or renew the toilet, which has an interesting color from the 1960s. Here the exit to the rooftop terrace. It will be made a bit wider, and it will be more secure, because this thing here is not secure at all. It's not high enough, it's not strong enough. We have a lovely view from the rooftop terrace, Lake of Zurich, the rest of Rüschlikon. You can see the markers. They will be gone very soon. On Friday they'll be taken off. These are the markers where we put the glass tiles, and underneath there will be a window, so we get light in from all of these tiles. Similarly here, that's above the garden room that will be the future kitchen, and next to it, just here underneath, is the current washroom, which will be the breakfast room, and all of them also get these glass tiles with windows behind, so there's going to be lots of light coming in. Back into the main attic and through this partition wall. This is where the staircase will come up in this area, the new staircase. It's going to be light from these glass tile windows, and here, after long discussions with the heritage protection, unfortunately, or fortunate for the heritage memorabilia, this wooden box will stay here. We probably won't even change the partition wall, even though we could. It's the Knecht and Magd compartments. It means basically the male helper and the female helper, separated by this historic wooden wall, rather flimsy. We wanted to make it the bedroom, but it's rather complicated to move the wall and get everything back together. So for the new concept, we decided to leave it. And here, currently a storeroom for various things, will be a lovely, lovely little space for an office. And we can even see the lake from here as well. It looks quite scary. It looks very different to how we imagine it will be. I think it will look great once there's light and there's more white and less wood. And when it's like nicely insulated, nicely heated, I think this is going to be a fantastic space here, with a view into the garden, the carport. Just still needs a bit of imagination and a bit of courage not to be scared by all that stuff and all that work that needs to be done. Here we are at the back of the house, the back garden behind me. Then here the part of the house that we live in. It's slightly more modern. It was renovated in the 90s. And we can live in there. Here's a garden shed that will have a bigger window. At the moment it's a storage space, but it's also going to be a lovely living room with cool features, because it's another extension. So this is an original outside wall. The window will be a bit bigger. The roof will need insulation, same story here. And then the door will open up to the back garden. It will be a great annex. The annex, the space we live in, the main entrance here, the annex with the dangerous floor. And here what's currently our washroom, which we will turn into the breakfast room with a passage to what's currently the garden room, and will future be in the future will be the kitchen. Interesting, and again, lots of stuff to move around before we can really turn to renovating it. That's it. I hope you enjoyed the little tour around the project. A lot to do, as you can see, and now it's back at the desk, filling out the forms, solving the various topics that I'm given as prerequisites by the building permission before I can actually build. Let's get going. I'll keep you updated when I've got cool time-lapse videos or other progress to report. Until then, take care, enjoy the rest of the summer. Bye for now.